Well, the problem is Bryan, and it really isn't this dude because he's just taking his shot, right?
Yeah.
And you miss 100% of the shots you don't take. He's just taking a shot. I think he's an opportunist. Well, hey, hold on. Yeah. You did a long rant. Give me a second. He's an opportunist. He's stepping in, and because the publishing industry are looking for books like this to push forward, he gets a big push. And it might be written well. I don't know. He's getting a big push. And this totally plays into the Met Gala. And what we're seeing right now is these elites out there creating that are thriving in a system that their grandparents and their parents created, crying about that system while demonizing the middle and lower class as the big problem, when in truth, their parents created the system that they want. I put it on Instagram. Can you find my Instagram of this one girl? And she wore a shirt to the gala that said, "Peg the patriarchy," right?
Yeah.
Right? And that's a funny ass joke, right?
Yeah.
Right? And
see, I love all that.
It's Ghosts of Tripoli.
I don't mind people.
No, listen though, Bryan.
Yeah.
You got to listen to it real quick. So go down. It's right there, the girl in the shirt next to, you see the couple. Yeah, that girl. So she wears Peg the patriarchy. Well, someone investigated who she is. And when they went through all of her stuff, her parents are her family is from royalty. Her grandfather and her father ran giant publishing companies in Europe.
So she's a big beneficiary of the patriarchy.
Right, 100%. And then this guy, and I gave him credit for the tweet under it, which said, first generation makes the money, second generation spends it, third generation ushers in communism via pegging, okay? Which is super funny, right?
That's great.
But see, the gala is what we're talking about. You have OAC going tax the rich. What nobody tells you is that OAC owned the bar she worked at. The story of her being a fucking hardworking, big-titted fucking bartender is all fucking
I don't think
theater.
that's true. I don't know
it
if
is
that's
true, Bryan.
That's not even part of the point.
The point of the meat is when we watch the Oscars and they're like, Oscars too white, and they're doing all this shit. It's never gonna not be too white because you have to tell these rich kids hey, you can't go to the Oscars here because Barbecue 2 is nominated for a fucking, or Car Wash 5 is nominated for an Oscar, and we gotta get the cast in. These kids are fucking BuzzFeed, Vice, we talk about it all the time. These are rich white kids convincing everybody that poor white kids are the fucking problem.
Exactly.
And then as soon as they get to a certain age, they fully engage in the system that they've railed against. It's the same thing that the hippies did. They were all anti-establishment till they hit about 35, and then they started fucking going into Wall Street and all that shit, and they just 180'd it, dude. And it's just the fucking truth, man. And it's
like, Sam, I mean, at the end of the day, what she doesn't realize is the patriarchy, which would be the founding fathers, which would be the architects of the French Revolution, which would be all the philosophy that came before her. That is what allows her in this country to wear a shirt like that.
Yeah.
And to express herself.
100%.
Try that in any country that is actually run and controlled only by men, see Afghanistan, etc. Do you think you could wear a fucking tank top lightly? I mean, so what cracks me up is that she's not even aware of what she's benefiting from. She's not even aware that this tyrannical patriarchy has given her the highest standard of living and given her, well, she's a princess. Well, she's a fucking princess. But more importantly, it's also given her the language and the intellectual architecture and the words like feminism and individualism and patriarchy that were invented by the very group she's criticizing.
No, or her own family.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, dude, you go to Kamala Harris, you go to Joe Biden.
Yeah.
I mean, all these people that are these bleeding heart liberals are just like
liberalism was invented by the very group of people they are criticizing. Liberalism.
Right.
Democracy. Representative government, by the people, for the people, of the people. All men are created equal. Using anti-racist terminology and the argument therein is a part of the very tradition he is criticizing. So my question is, if you are going to tear down these institutions, please tell me what you're going to replace it with. Marxism? You want real equality? Everybody, as Jordan Peterson says, you can make everybody starve to death equally. You can make everybody super poor, and it'll never happen, because as long as there's good shit and bad shit to have, the rich are going to eat steak and the fucking poorest are going to eat the lips and the asshole of the cow. Okay? That's just the way it is always. As do I.
Are you an ass eater?
Now, I think we've touched on, not really. I'm winning.
You're losing. Conspiracy Social Club, aka Deep Waters.